This is my Rocky Mountain Instinct. It is bright. It's got the bright blue and orange paint job. I think it looks pretty slick. Nice glossy finish. It really kind of stands out. Also has the bright orange rim decals on this to make it really pop. But there's one thing on here that doesn't pop. And that's the fork. This thing has a matte black fork with black stickers on it. And you really can't even tell that it's a fox. So I found a pretty cool product that's really gonna make this thing pop even more. And that is some custom fork decals from Slik Graphics. I was actually able to get the color codes from Rocky Mountain, relay that info to Slik Graphics, and get these things color matched. So they are a really close match to the frame. It's gonna make this front fork really stand out. I've never put on fork decals before, so let's give it a go. This next step, I decided to remove the fork. It's really not that much work, and I'm just gonna set myself up for success by doing this on a nice, even surface like my workbench. And it'll also save my lower back. Some of you may have seen me do this before. So when I remove a fork, I chase it with a 10mm Allen key down the stereo tube. Keeps all your spacers in order, and you don't have to worry about your handlebars hanging off your brake lines or shifter cables. So for this step, I'm gonna borrow my wife's hairdryer. A little bit of heat can always help remove stickers. You don't wanna use too much. If you use an actual heat gun, you can get yourself into trouble because they are probably a little bit too hot. I did struggle quite a bit removing the old decals. The second one did go quite a bit better because I used more heat with the hairdryer. The first one I was a little overly cautious and I ended up paying for it, so learn from my mistakes and don't be chintzy with the heat. I used the alcohol wipe that came with the kit, but there was so much residue left behind that it didn't cut it, so I had to use some Goo Gone and a little bit of elbow grease. That got the fork nice and clean, but the Goo Gone did seem to leave behind a shiny residue on the fork. So before I put the stickers on, I gave it a good wipe with some alcohol. One method they suggest for putting the stickers on is using a long piece of masking tape like I do here. You line it up with the center marks provided on the sheet, and now you can use that masking tape as a nice long guide to find center of your fork. It did work pretty good for sure. Once you're happy, you can kind of press it in place, starting from the center and just work your way out. Make sure there's no bubbles. The kit comes with this nice little spacer decal that you line up on the edge and center, and then that provides a nice reference to put the second sticker on. Just don't put that temporary decal on firmly or it'll be stuck on there. I used a piece of masking tape on the bottom just as reference so I know where to start my decal. The second one I just kind of eyeballed and it ended up working pretty good. And again, sticking on the spacer decal so I can get the number spaced evenly. Almost looks like I know what I'm doing. So that's a really nice product from Slik Graphics. I think it made that fork just blend in with the rest of the bike now. I'm really happy with it. You should go check out their webpage. They have some really nice stuff for sure. It's not just fork decals. They also do the rear shock as well as the bike. So you can completely change your bike the way you want it. You can go the route I did with the custom colors, or you can just pick from the standard colors that they have. They also have some really cool patterns, and they have metallic too. So definitely some really cool options to customize your bike. If you've made it this far and you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. Help me get to 1,000 subs. We're getting there for sure. If you got any questions, leave a line in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you soon.